I know that it's been hard for you. I see your struggles. I feel them more than you know. No one can possibly imagine the pain and the anguish that you're feeling right now. We're all here for you. We all pray for you. Safe in the knowledge that the eternal, infinite
Hello, traders. Welcome to the late stream. It's Monday, so typically happens this way. Things going on, but good to see y'all with the market reversing today. It just did. I mean, like, that doesn't change anything, right? The market reversed. Oh my God, chat. It doesn't mean I'm bullish or bearish. It just is a headline. It's a title of a live stream. What do you want the title of the live stream to be? What do you want it to be, dude? It should be the same title every day. I mean, my God, did the market not reverse today? Tesla up almost 7%. Google all-time highs, 6+%. Apple, record close today. Bitcoin was up 1.68% on the close. Solana was up 6+%. The market reversed today. Get over it. Cry about it. Oh my God. Here's Bitcoin, right? And back in the channel 2 days ago, and then on the close we got, they back tested, reconfirmed the demand line as demand line again, and that's where we're at. That's it, man. That doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean like, oh my God, bull market, bro. Just means the price was up today. Oh my God, I don't even know why I go live anymore. Like, for some of y'all. So, like, look, dude. They still can't break this 88.7 level swing high from March. They're just up against it. That's it. If they were able to break that, then an easy target would be like $91,200 all the way up to $92,900. I don't act like I know if we're going to get there, okay? Every stream, I remember what I say. I don't act like I know. That's not good enough. You still think I act like I know when I say I don't act like I know every single stream. Oh, my God. So, yeah, there's probably a little more upside if they can break this one little swing high from March, all right? They haven't done that yet. Great. That's Bitcoin. As you can see, looking above my head, that is not really, I mean, that's all it is right now. Since the drawdown we saw into the weekend, you've got like a way to anchor on the 4 hour where it's just confined within the parameters potentially of a bearish consolidation structure in a downtrend. Very real possibility. They could just continue marching up within this until we see 91.2. But that's where we're at. We had a rally today. So we look at Ethereum. That was up, man, 6% or so. It was crazy. Remember, we hit the harmonic optimum price of a bullish butterfly. The buyers recaptured at least $2,900. It's important. Very important, man. They got to recapture that level. But we do want to see $3,000 broken. If you break $3,000, there is potential based on historical price action. It's not my opinion. Look left. When they break the level, you can see there's a very low level of liquidity between $3,000 and $3,500. It's straight down and up and down and up and down and up and down and up and down over and over and over again. So if they were able to break 3,000, it is very real possibility they could run this thing to $3,500 again. Just to bearishly backtest it, backtest the 200-day simple moving average. You're in a downtrend. You just are. Lower highs, lower lows consecutively. You get rallies and downtrends. And they typically manifest into lower highs than previous highs. That's where we're at on Ethereum. No forms of confirmation discernible on the daily. It's just destroyed. It was literally destroyed. You kidding me? Down 40% really in 25 days. 40% in 25 days. That is murdered. So sometimes after the asset gets murdered, relief rallies occur. So that's it. That's Ethereum. Congratulations on the 5% rally, almost 6% rally. I will get rid of that. I will get rid of Tangia completely. All right. We can go to XRP. Okay, so remember, nah, you don't. Of course you don't remember. But there's a support at 190, 196. That was a target area after buyers failed to break 265. And when the price of that asset gets to those levels, it's the least surprising thing in the entire effing world if a reversal occurs there. Oh my God, a short-term reversal has occurred there. Does that reverse the trend? No, it does not. They could squeeze this thing up literally to 250. And if that rally concludes there, it'd be another lower high, and the sellers would take back control of the asset and push it back for another test of 190. And that's it. That's great, man. Scalpers, short sellers covered, so they bought back, and a rally has occurred. And it's great, man. That's the most amazing place ever to see a rally occur, because it makes the most sense, because rallies have occurred there almost every single time. Doesn't reverse the trend. So it was a good day, man. My God, 8.7%. At one time, it was up 10%. It's up on the new day, 1.43%. Very nice. And again, they could continue to rally this thing, but just be looking out for a lower high than 250, 257. All right. And then we might retest 190, and then some good stuff could happen. They could put in a higher low down here, and then all of a sudden we start getting evidence of accumulation, trend reversal. We just don't have that yet. Okay. BNB, real quick. Didn't do too much. I mean, they recaptured the 200 moving average. It's nice. It's up 2.53%. Again, something so beaten down. Rallies can occur, and if the rally concludes lower than $1,000, it would be the lowest high of the downtrend, and sellers would reassume control of the asset and push this to lower lows, or a retest at least of the lowest low so far, which is what we just got a few days ago. So don't be too surprised. You haven't seen positive momentum on Binance Coin since October 14th. So we're talking like 5+ weeks. That's it. There's probably on lesser time scales divergence of some sort, maybe the 8-hour. Yep, 8-hour had a little divergence there. Not the greatest, though. That's like Class C. Class C bullish divergence. Not this your weakest form. What about the 4-hour? Definitely bullish divergence in the 4-hour. So little relief rallies can occur when you start getting divergence on lesser time scales. But as you can see, it's just a downtrend, and that is not enough to change anything yet. It could just be a bear flag. God forbid. Hold on. Wait, what? I don't know why be bearish. Who is saying the word bearish? Can we not talk about a short-term trend? Do you understand what a trend is? I don't get it, man. I don't even look at chat anymore. This is crazy. This is psychotic. Like, I've done everything I can for years to teach you what a trend is. Short-term, intermediate, long-term trends. Long-term uptrend. Maybe intermediate and short-term downtrend right now, because lower highs, lower lows, the definition. Until that, we will watch that reverse at some point, and I cannot wait for it to happen so we can discuss it. But it hasn't happened yet. You just put in the lowest low. You could be working on putting in the lowest high of this shorter-term, more intermediate downtrend. That's okay. It's a correction. Corrections happen, bro. So anyway, relief rallies happen in these intermediate downtrends. Okay, Solana, wow, dude. Who in the world is discussing a harmonic optimum price of a bullish deep crab at supports? Who? What was said verbatim yesterday? This is the most commonplace you could ever dream of some sort of relief rally to occur. And it happened. It was up 6% on the day. It's positive on the day. There is potentially decent upside above 135.81. There just is. History shows you above 135.81, given enough time, is 159.58 to 162. If they did that, I literally did this. I've literally been doing this. They could do that. It could go up 20%. It's already up 6. So it was 22% before yesterday's candle. There's more upside. They could take you to this level. It could be a lower high, and it could reverse there and then come for a back test, and then things would be very interesting if we ever got something like this. Oh my God. You could get like a more pronounced rally if you get something like a type 2 return. Could be or a higher low would be insane, because that would be what we want. We're just looking for pieces of data, these waves to change instead of lower highs, lower lows. All of a sudden, maybe you put in a lower high, but maybe finally some sort of higher low gets put in. And at least that's better than a lower low, lower high, that consecutive stuff. So that's where we're at, man. It was a good day, okay? It was a good day. I know y'all are absolutely insane. Y'all gotta... Dude, the title of his live stream said there was a major reversal on some assets. And so you're raging out, you're punching the air. I understand you don't understand what I'm talking about, even though that's just reality, but nothing changed. There was just a green candle, man. Calm down. Anyway, so those are your bigger cryptos. We could look at Total. Total hit support. Remember that time when it lost support, but they still trying to recapture the key $3 trillion level, the old all-time high from November 2021. They haven't done it yet. They haven't done it. That was real close. I thought they were maybe going to do it, and it didn't happen. But you can see what was once support, resistance, has for now flipped to resistance. You're just in bad shape here, man. You're in bad shape because the trend can't reverse until you start making higher highs, higher lows, until you recapture $3 trillion, until you go on some rally, wherever it subsides, concludes, and you come back and you start seeing a higher low. Until you start getting stuff like that, you can't really get excited about crypto. I'm sorry. But it's cool that Total was up yesterday, 2.56%. Congratulations. Wow. Just commenting on it doing that. Okay, I know. God forbid. So let's go to the SPY. Okay, I'm going to keep this quick, man. It was a really nice rally. It was up 1.47% today. But you still have not... Look, man, even if they gapped it up too. So even if they took this thing to 681, you got to know they could still be painting another lower high after lower lows have come in. This is something that I don't even know why all these gray things are here. This is weird. But even if they did this, like, you're not in great shape trend-wise in the short term, not long term. Oh my God, dude. Bunch of higher highs, higher lows for like half a year plus, and now all of a sudden lower highs, lower lows have come in, and that will remain the case until they start taking out 685 and 689 all-time highs. So you are not out of the woods by any means. Short term, still lower lows, lower highs. But it's cool, though. I mean, like, dude, the rally occurred today. I'm so proud. It's insane, dude. Dow Jones. There was a rally today, up 0.44%. You're still potentially putting in a higher low than the previous low. That's great, man. This is better shape, way better shape than the NASDAQ and S&P because you had consecutive lower highs, and you have the highest high ever, and then possibly a higher low. So really not a big deal here on the Dow Jones. Better shape. NASDAQ, huge squeeze today at 2.69%. I mean, that's insane of a candle. There is an unfilled gap, I think. And again, that same kind of tougher situation where they've got to recapture 23,550 to feel great about this, to feel like, okay, things are probably fine. But you just have to see the lower highs, lower lows, short term, very, very short term. That's just, it's something that hasn't happened the entire past 6 months. And now it is, and it's like, work has to be done to recover. You can obviously see, like, it's like, oh, look, it's like a channel. Okay, fine. There's a little channel there. The price is confined within. So, no big deal, man. You can, oh, there it is, man. Starting to develop one, right? Just as you had an uptrend. Now it's like short term, very, very short term downtrend. And that's okay. Eventually, the correction will conclude and will go way higher. We just don't know when. All right. At IWM, there was a bullish inside bar on Friday at support, and you just got a big continuation of that, kind of a follow-through candle to confirm the bullish inside bar. Very nice. But that was a level that was mandatory. They had to defend that, and they did for now. So, but eventually we got to see a higher high come in than your previous highs. Just need a few more days like we've seen. Where did I get the shirt? When I worked there, man. Come on, bro. It was, yeah, dude, 07, 06, when things were good, dude. The good times were rolling at Lehman Brothers. Yeah. All right, those are your index funds. I think the main story of the day, my favorite stuff going on, is on gold and silver. Gold, huge bullish engulfing candle today, up 1.7, or yesterday, 1.7% up. Defending that 4,042, 4,058 level, swing high, swing low, swing high. It flipped to swing lows. I love that. You have very real price contraction ongoing. Price contraction, so it's more neutral. But my God, I mean, the trend is your friend for sure. So resolution is impending. We don't act like we know which way it's going to break, but silver really could be trying to paint the picture. Maybe. Okay. Silver really does need to play catch up on gold. Because historically, apparently I learned this, historically silver trades at 12 to 15. It's like, it takes 12 to 15 ounces of silver to match an ounce of gold. But we're like, it requires like 90, 80 ounces of silver to match 1 ounce of gold. So that's that historical piece of data is like really out of whack, bad. And so you also have like the monthly where 1980, $50, 2011, $50. And here we are, 2025, and you're at $51. It was 52, maybe a little bit today. But that, like, so gold, I think it had its run and fun. I think like silver will probably outperform gold in the midterm. Silver's been running, but not to the extent of gold at all. And so you can look at like the daily, maybe what's in development. I don't think it's really, I think we need to run it up one more time to 54.40, the all-time high, to confirm the ascending triangle is valid. But this is spectacular. You have a reaccumulation structure in development. Maybe it's not real yet, but a really nice engulfing candle off of the 49.40 locally, but the 49.80. Like this is it, dude. Okay, I tweeted about this. It was so important. The old all-time high, 2011, and then you go back to the Hunts brothers in 1980, right here. You can't see it, but it's right there, man. Same price. It's now support for the first time in human history. So they could pull it back today. Who cares? Yeah, because it was a spectacular day yesterday. My God, dude, it was up 2.64%. But that's not even where the fun is. The fun is on the 4-hour. It's a swing trader paradise. You have a literal bullish dragon pattern that became confirmed with the breakout on the last candle. You are targeting for all-time highs. That is the target as a swing trader on silver. You have everything you could dream of. You had a really good entry earlier, and it immediately started playing out. Anything above 49.80. Look what you have to really admire price action. Okay, I know people will. Low aptitude people in here that, hey dude, his thumbnail was he said on the stream title, there was a reversal in the markets, he's bullish, sell everything. Like, yeah, you're stupid. Like, you're low IQ. I don't even care. I don't even see why you're watching this stream. But for everyone else that appreciates price action correlation to key levels, you don't care about the stream title. You care about like what happened on the price of silver when they recaptured the key level from 2011 and 1980. They reconfirmed it as support. Even on the 60-minute, there was like a inverted hammer. Bro, an inverted hammer. Once and then twice. And they just held it. That's the type of stuff, that's why you're here. Because that can give you the most pristine entry you could ever dream of in an edge, the spring back test. And so that's the actionable area, even a little bit above that. I mean, they recaptured the 200 moving average, right? Bullish and golden candle. You were just waiting. And here's the thing, like we don't act like we know, but that's the best entry, always going to be on any asset in the world. You got a bullish dragon and an uptrend. You were uptrending, man. You're not in a downtrend. Crypto's in a downtrend. Metal's in an uptrend. There's a big difference in the prevailing trend right now, in the intermediate. And, I mean, long-term, yeah, crypto, Bitcoin, or not crypto, Jesus, not crypto, but Bitcoin, long-term uptrend forever, understandable. Crypto certainly in no way is in long-term uptrend. Okay, most cryptos are garbage, trash, losers that are trading lower than they were 7 years ago, most of them, or at the same price. Doesn't matter. Different world we live in right here. So after that, I mean, you're just waiting for 54.45 here, okay? That's it. The trade becomes invalid of an argument or idea if the sellers somehow take control of this asset and push it probably below 49.80, but they could probably take it to 49.40 and it's still valid. They could come in and put in they could test this level again and put in a higher low. It would just be another optimum, amazing entry, possibly. So this is probably the coolest thing out there right now in terms of the swing trader worlds. But yeah, it's awesome. Too many good things going on with silver. About silver to US dollar paired against XAU. Silver paired, is this how you do it? You pair this against, I don't even know. Silver, no, oops, that's XAU. Paired against XAU, what the, sorry. All right, silver paired against gold. It's not really looking good per se. Yeah, I don't really, I thought maybe this could help. Doesn't really look great, actually. I mean, it's uptrending, I guess, but you had a blow off top. What? In 2015. Yeah, I thought this would be helpful. It's not. Not helpful at all. Still, I mean, a much higher base than the previous lows, but it doesn't. I don't really think it helps in terms of helping us identify if like silver's gonna, it's impending that silver will begin to outperform gold. I don't know about that. All right. And then we look at the other metals if you want. Whatever, dude. How about palladium? It's fantastic. I think that's just some downsloping consolidation and an uptrend. They're still holding that 200. Worst case scenario, they take it to 1250, 1269 for another test. They could. Whatever. But I just think if you're patient enough, this is going to go test 1583 again. I think, like, give me enough time, 1853. Whack up accumulation. Already confirmed. You're in phase E right now. The markup phase. The markup just really hasn't happened yet. So, cool stuff on palladium. Copper. I do think copper's pretty strong. I mean, above 487, given enough time. They hold that. They are. They have been defending it since early October. Eventually, they're going to go test 519 again, and eventually, you'll see that broken, and then they might take this straight up to 577. So, you're uptrending. You are in an uptrend. You are trading above old all-time highs from 2021. You are consolidating pretty well right now, but they're just maybe trying to absorb remaining supply at 519. So, this metal also looks pretty good. Platinum, it was not really up. It was down. I mean, it is not in the... Man, that shooting star, if not, you could almost just call that a gravestone doji reversal. Both. It has played out so far. I mean, it got follow through, but the trend, I mean, like if you're this elevated after a nasty candle like that and then a test of major resistance, I'd say that's pretty good performance so far. Like there is decent downside below 1529 right there. The swing highs right there. They're trying to defend that. They're trying to hold that for now. I mean, losing that, yeah, I could definitely imagine 1339 platinum if they lose that. But so far, they're just trying to hold on to a level, and they're just consolidating, and it's very elevated. So you're in an uptrend now, and you haven't been in an uptrend for a very, very long time. So let's just pay attention to the metals right now. They're doing good things. All right. Let's go to the Mag 7. We'll look at the best to the worst. Tesla was the best, man. Wow. What a freaking candle. They are recapturing all support. This is huge, dude. If they could hold on to it for 3 days, 17 hours. If they could. Like, it was the most devastating looking, ugly crap you can imagine on the weekly, where they tested all those levels. They lost it. They lost supports, and then they tested and confirmed them as resistance with a weekly close below. And then this week, just violence, bullish violence. And so far, anything above 414.50 is, I mean, right now, miraculous. After this huge M shape developed. So you can see here, they're still kind of maybe struggling, but let's just see what the remainder of the week brings us. I'm wondering if they could go fill a gap at 430, which they almost did a couple days ago. It would be spectacular if they could just keep this thing running, go to 439, and then come down and back test this level as support again. That would be the data that we would want to see for the uptrend to continue. So progress made today violently, but we need more. All right. Need a lot more, and we need to sustain prices above all week. I mean, you can fall through, but by Friday, they got to be back above 414.50 for a close, preferably above this, old demand line at 418. So, all right, good stuff, though, on Tesla. Long-term hold on this, waiting for all-time highs at some point, whether they take it lower or not. And then we know above 488, we got targets up there, too, and low 500s. So this is a long-term hold. You got such a good entry on it in the low 300s with an edge. Don't give up, man, on Tesla. All right, Google, it is just artwork at this point. They are the animal spirits that were in Nvidia, that were in Microsoft. They are now certainly in Google. And this asset was up another 2+% after hours. It's going nuts, man. They have officially exceeded a 2618 fib extension. Hot knife through butter. Gapped up. And wow, the volume involved. Highest volume spike seen since September 3rd. Where does it conclude? Are we going to take it to a 3618, which is at 380? Let's just say 350. That psychological level. 350 and then 380 after that. They're going to keep it going. This is wild, man. Remember the old setup, 170, 172 or something? Here we are at 318. Pristine. All right, let's go to Meta. Finally, for the first time in who knows how long. My God, it's probably the best day seen since October 20th, maybe early October. They recaptured a key level. This is almost like a crypto situation where you're downtrending definitively, lower highs, lower lows, in the intermediary, right, in the midway, right? Like you're not in a long-term downtrend. I'm saying you're just in an intermediate downtrend where you, hey man, the downtrend probably since early October. Well, they at least recaptured an overhead resistance, 600 to 602.85. That's great. That's like, right? What did Solana do? They held a level. They recaptured it. Great, man. The relief rally could continue. 632.50 would be your next target if they were going to keep this going. I mean, what would it take for Meta to reverse its trend? You'd have to start seeing consecutive higher highs, higher lows at some point. And that's going to take a long time. That'll take a couple months. They'll rally it, put in a lower high, and they'll sell off again, and they'll retest 600 as support, and then maybe we start seeing local higher lows come in, and then they start rallying again, and then we could be in better shape. It's going to take a lot. I mean, you just saw your lowest candle close since April a couple days ago. So this one's in a different world than like Google and Apple. Yeah, as of all the Mag 7, this is absolutely the worst one at this point. All right, Amazon. Cool to see an 88% retrace. Is that a bat pattern, chat? It could be. A bullish bat pattern at support. That is, I like that. We got a structure now. A structure that is concluding its development at a key level from history. November 2024, a year ago, January 2025. Swing high, May 2025. Swing low, August 2025, right? It's happening there. That's really nice. There's an unfilled gap. I think they'll fill that gap, but how interesting is that? In a way, you could almost talk about this being possibly, this is like either the highest low we've ever seen or maybe the second highest low from January. So it's cool to see Amazon in M shape. And that's the 200-day simple moving average. You can barely see it. It's like confluent with the horizontal line support at 214, 215, 85. So good day today. And anything above 214, you could be great, actually. All right, Nvidia up 2% today. Could have been a lot better, man. It could have been. I mean, it's a great recovery, my God. But, dude, let's maybe tomorrow recapture 183.40. You got to have that, man. We need to recapture that. One good thing is if you were looking at like maybe a Head and Shoulders, at least the neckline was recaptured, denying the confirmation of this potential Head and Shoulders now, right? Because like they recaptured the neckline, so it could be a false bearish breakdown, which could be really, really good. Because false bearish breakdowns can have mega consequences. Let's just recapture 183.40 tomorrow or the next couple days. If they can do that, I think it'd be a quick ride right back up to 193, 195, 88. So good news at least on that. It's kind of like it could have been better, but I'll take the neckline being recaptured for now. You're still, think about, right, maybe that was a head and shoulders, maybe. But remember where we're at, dude. Like, these are the highest lows of all time. This low in October and potentially the low they're trying to put in now. It could be. So remember, if you're in this uptrend, there's no correction, really. I mean, it corrected off its highs, I guess. But long term or anything, there's still way more than before on the largest market cap stock in the world. And remember, the reliability of potential reversal patterns could be tenuous, dubious, and if it does perform, if it is reliable, its performance might be really bad. So they're not letting this play out at all. So that's good news for now. Have your alert set up above 183.40. That's what we want, okay? Apple. Okay, I should have played this for Googl too, but Jesus chimes. This is huge, dude. It was a record close today. A record close on Apple, but also importantly, you have a bull flag or a slightly downsloping consolidation structure that could be considered a bull flag. They broke it with candle close confirmation today. That is huge. Remember, you are in price discovery. There's nothing out here. So you were targeting, if this is real, you're targeting easily for 284.95, the major 1272 fib extension. In fact, like the 1414 could also be contained within this long-term uptrend, this nice channel, 297.86, let's just say $300. So Apple, animal spirits can come back into this thing. You won't believe it. This is a higher market cap than Microsoft. This is the second largest market cap equity in the world. Apple with a freaking CEO, Auburn grad, and we're going into the Iron Bowl this weekend. All right, Microsoft. Remember the double top's confirmed for now, but they are the target, that next target level, right below 493.71. It was going to be 467. They virtually held it twice now. The 200-day moving average is catching up, so close to a test of that. If some sort of little relief rally occurs here, you can't be that surprised, right? To lose it would be gross, man. 455 on deck, but yeah, to see some sort of rally that would take us to maybe back test 493.71 could easily be in the cards. I mean, dude, it's brutalized in such a short period of time since its earnings report. Yeah, 15.46% correction in 24 days. Yeah, you get relief rallies. You get bearish back tests of old levels that were once support, and they maybe flip to resistance. And that's Microsoft. Those are your Mag 7s, dude, okay? Yeah, you had a lot of rippers today. A lot of rips. Look at there, man. A bullish hammer pattern called follow through. RGTI. Oh, wow, dude. It's the least surprising thing in the world. It's doing what crypto is doing, right? They're running and they're getting destroyed, and then they're hitting old support resistances and they're bouncing off of them. Wow. It doesn't reverse the trend that you might be in now, but it's cool to see. That's some TA respect. So there's no real structure down here. You just had a potential Japanese candlestick reversal pattern that has been confirmed today with fall through price action. So that's it, man. That's RGTI, and then QBTS is up a little more. Look, dude, it was like a potential doji reversal, and what they do, they hit support resistance and they bounced, and you might go for a gap fill at 26.45. This is where late FOMO short sellers get destroyed, and they don't even understand that, like, they rally it and then a lower high comes in and then they just draw it down again later. But still in a uptrend. The previous discernible swing low is like 1440. Okay, what the? I can't. How they playing this garbage on this set? This is in the 70s. Yeah, you had a lot of semis pumped today, right? Just kind of not anything of significance, but I mean, like Micron up 8%. Nice squeeze. Unfilled gap. I mean, that is an unfilled gap, man. Right below you. Kind of annoying. You had the gold and silver miners pumped today. Look at that, dude. Wow, no way. It's almost like, look what they're doing, dude. Are they really gonna, like, all of a sudden reaccumulate? Dude, that would NGD. Look at that. And 737, look left. It's an old, I don't even know, man. Maybe it's on the weekly or something. Oh, there it is. Swing low from 2011. Swing low from 2012. It was resistance in 2013. That is what you're up against. To break that, look what could happen. I mean, they could take this to almost $10. So maybe they're absorbing supply up here. Wild. NGD. Already, right? It all started down here, man. This is... We were here. You weren't, but we were here discussing this. And this just crazy super cycle might be just getting ready to go again. It almost looked like it was cooked, but this new data is wild. Really. Like AMD also pumped, but nothing like, you know, it doesn't really change anything. Still below 227.36. Okay. CDE, another miner. Maybe they're trying to bottom it out here in a long-term uptrend. But again, the actionable areas were it was late 2023, early 2024 on all of them. They were identified here. And so what do you do now? I don't know. It's correcting and probably going to put in a higher low and run again. Wild. Dude, MicroStrategy, they did it, man. Well, kind of. They kind of did it. Yeah, I mean, they actually did, right? Set 174 to 178. It's like an inflection zone, a candle close from March of last year. They recaptured on the close, and that's it. No structure, so no edge or strategy, but scalpers might love this. I mean, this might be, who knows what kind of little rally you could get if it's real. You just better hope that, look above my head, man. You better hope that what you're looking at isn't real. The 4 hour, they did put in like a, you know, maybe a little shooting star at the top of the flag, but whatever. You don't want to see lower prices on crypto because Michael Saylor might see $100 MicroStrategy if Bitcoin draws down again. So all kinds of crazy rumors about MSCI getting delisted from it, and what JP Morgan, they like short sold before that was even announced for insiders. I don't know. It's just weird. I mean, you just had a lot of assets that were up today, man. I don't think it changes too much. Metals like gold and silver, it kind of keeps things going, like the uptrend and how good they look for a setup for higher. But, you know, you just look at like Rocket Labs up 5%. That doesn't really change anything. Doesn't change anything.
Gomi tipped $25. Hey Mitch, thank you for your educations. Brother Trend is friend. Can we take a look at TOS? China names moving too. Much love.
Gomi, thanks for 25, dude. That's the first contribution of the stream. Thank you, dude. Yeah, sure. We'll look at it right now. Do it right now, man. One sec. Yeah, dude. KTOS. All right. Let's see. Kratos, defense and security. Isn't Kratos like a Greek god or something? Kratos. Yeah, I mean, again, like it went through a correction and it made an 886 from the local. I know you're probably like, dude, it's an M shape. Terrible context for the M shapes. But nevertheless, you know, it'd be the highest low in the history. No, not in the history. My God. Let's see. Look left. Let's identify some inflection points up against a big, big level, right? Reversal in 01. Yeah, multiple times. A big resistance reversal. December 01, June, May 01, December 2002 was a reversal. And, okay, let's see. It kind of right here, too. So it's like a big inflection zone. If they break 75.23, I think you got a real good chance of like a mega breakout. I mean, I guess they already did that, didn't they? Swing high candle close 01, spring back test in 03, reversal 96.86 will be your target.
Thanks, Mitch.
What's up, you Zed? Thank you, dude. Sure, we'll look at Rely. Or Rally. Thank you, dude. Yeah, so, I mean, maybe you have a value perceived, 886, in a massive uptrend. There's your supply line, if so. You know, that and 70, it's all about 75.23 if they can break that. Is there an edge? I don't see nothing on the daily. Maybe on lesser time scales, a divergence. Yeah, there's definitely bullish divergence on the 4-hour on KTOS. On both oscillators, yeah, diverging, but still, you know, kind of correcting. You need to recapture 75.23. You need to rally, and then any sell-off that occurs, you want to see a higher low get put in than $66. So, again, no value. I mean, like maybe, okay, value is relative. Major value, absolutely not, right? You went on this crazy run, but this pullback you've had, I mean, that was a 42% reduction in price in 43 days. That's like 1% a day. But locally, from the low point to high point, it lost 88% of its value, or it was from the low to high. So that's value in an uptrend, even though, right? It's not true. It's not a true 886 from like the lowest point of the uptrend. So I'm not sure you have too much of an edge. There's a little seller exhaustion on an insignificant time scale, but you really want to see the 75.23 get recaptured. And then a supply line needs to break right there. So you haven't seen positive Momo since October 10th, so who's to say it's not? There's not a chance. You break 75.23, the target is right back up to 96.86. It was up 7+% today. Jeez. Wow. Okay. Thanks again, Gummy Man. Let's see. Really? Remitly Global Incorporated? I don't know if I've ever been here in my life, man. Nope. Never been here. Alright, so let's get our levels squared away. I think you can kind of see where they're at, right? You're definitely at a very key support here. No doubt about that. But you just got here, right? You just got here. So always like, okay, it's always cool to see an asset hitting a level. I love that you've identified that. I love that it's potentially maybe a massive M shape. Sure. But there has been certainly no reaction here at all. Like even if we identified it like as an M shape. I don't even, yeah, like a 618, 886. It's more than an 886. It's like a 94%. There's the potential M shape. So I don't see, I mean, maybe there's some divergence on the RSI. Definitely not the MACD histogram. So you're definitely in a clear inflection zone, but typically we want to see something. Yeah, you have not reacted here at all, and they gapped it down on a bad earnings. And look at that volume. That's the concerning part about this asset. This is a record level of selling volume on really bad earnings, which I don't know, they had top to bottom beat, but it doesn't matter. The gap down was so nasty. that is potentially a mega. I think it's almost certain mega breakaway gap where that gap's not filling anytime soon. That's the concerning part. But yes, you were definitely at a key inflection zone, but the top end of it, so they could take it 1160. But at the same time, just because you're out of support, is there any structure? No. See, typically you want to see stuff like, all right, they violate part of it and they rally and they kind of reconfirm the level of support. That's a structure. That's like from June of 2024 to October 2024, months. You had stuff. Or, look, I mean, like big structure developed from February 2022 to January 2023, like almost a year, like inverse head and shoulder stuff. But you don't have anything. You just gapped down in the worst fashion you could imagine, and you're just kind of, after that, the market's digesting with no bids. No one's bidding on this asset at support. So I can't really sign off on something like that. That's awful. That's like, again, the worst volume spike, like by far, like double the most volume you had ever seen, over doubled. Lots of distribution was going on too before it all happened. Man, that's rough. So maybe you want to monitor it, but really bad context. Jeez. Oops. Yeah, UZ. Sorry, man. I wish it was not that ugly. Dang. Definitely better setups indeed. Chip flipper. What's up, Ravi?
Great stream. Thanks for the positive gems you've shared with us this year, as well as explaining TA. You make stocks cool to talk about. Also in tandem with last night's Steelers choice, can we look at TLT?
Yeah, look at TLT.
Fresh slash
thanks,
Nasdaq. Weekly PLS. Ye old classic.
What's up, G-Dog, man? Thanks so much, dude. Look at that.
I don't know what you're talking about, do you?
Thanks so much, dude. Appreciate it. Yeah, TLT. I mean, TLT looks good. Like, actually, look what they're doing. All right, this is subtle price action. Like, you talk about trend is your friend now, but now there's so much demand, you can barely see it. There's so much demand that the sellers are unable to rival the price we saw even in early October. So you have a higher low than previous low, and it's all local, so it's like a double bottom potentially.
How about ZM? Many thanks.
I went for a walk today. Thank you so much, dude. We'll certainly look at Zoom video. Thank you. Yeah, TLT, I think you're targeting, like at this point, you're targeting back from 92, but probably this context here, 97 plus. It just might take a while because it's a bond. But you flip the chart over, this is yields. This is yields, chat. Very bad. I would be short on this if it was yields, but this is bonds. Bonds is the inverse of yields. So this is spectacular, actually. And you have hidden bullish divergence to back it up. You have impending price action continuation implied on the MACD histogram. And the RSI, believe it or not. A low on price, a slightly higher low on price with lower levels of relative strength. You just crossed 50. Yeah, dude, I like TLT. TLTM, bro. Levered TLT. Yeah, you might get killed by decay, but I'm just showing you. You want to take a long? Let's just act like this isn't TLT. Let's act like this is just like whatever, your favorite scam coin of all time. It'd be like this. It's this simple for risk management. Yep, like that. You could be a little even tighter on your, you could be actually tighter on the stop, and you 5-to-1 reward to risk on freaking bonds, dude. 20-year treasury bond. Look, why? Because look left, swing highs and swing lows. Look at this, man. Swing low, swing low. When they recapture and reconfirm this level, they take it to 96.91. That's how you know what your price objective would be. So I think TLT looks actually good now. And I love the local price action and the structure that developed. And I love the oscillators implying a continuation in the upside. I just think like, oh, let's just go for the level that historically it's gone to. So that means yields are about to go lower. If the TA is going to be respected here, Yield's going to go lower. All right. I'm in the chat for TLT. For real. Not even a joke here. What's up, Am Thug? Thanks, dude. Things against Stray. Fresh paired against NASDAQ. Hello, Fresh. I'm just going to put that in. I hit the enter button. That's all I can do. Are you talking, G-Dog? Are you sure? Is this it? Is this what you're looking at, man? Let me know. Let me know. Oh, okay. I got you, Amthug. Gotcha. G-Dog, your turn. I mean, look at the ticker. Like, I did exactly what you said. I don't even know what this is. Composite symbols. No ticker is fresh. Oh, okay. I got you. My bad, dude. Fresh works. There we are. We're down here. I mean, right, the optimum entry that you get to is 1077 if you were going to do it. I'd prefer a local confirmation, but maybe you're not going to get it. You're so far removed now from the optimum entry, right? The price is removed almost 12% now, so tougher. But, I mean, do we see a real structure? What do you see in that's like a great M shape of sorts? I mean, there's a supply line they'll eventually test again, I'm sure. Yep. I mean, like, they tested it twice, and that'd probably been, you know, that, look, there was a piercing line reversal right there. Could have taken action November 7th. Great piercing line reversal at key supports with a local potential confirmation low. So it's just elevated now. I think if it's going to continue, if they're going to continue to push this higher, your upside's probably pretty good. Dude, typically they'll take it to at least like 1595. It's a big range, right? Jetty, not necessarily. Looking Gin Chat. All right. Let's do Gin Chat. Oh. Yeah, I mean, like, let's think here. Shark. I'm looking at it like it's a shark. I mean, you're giving me inspiration for my brain, right? So you look at it like a shark. You got yourself that. See how different our brains are working? Like, where I'm looking at this is like, there's the shark. And then here's the type 2, the lower low, type 2. And they're taking it to, what, hop or something? So how about that? What do you think about that, dude? Kind of not like perfect or anything. It's so much divergence. Yeah, I mean, like, there's nothing wrong with that. Shark pattern with a lower low type 2 return, maybe. But yeah, interesting. Very interesting. What do you think, G-Dog, about this?
Can you take a look at ticker tick? Thanks, Mitch.
Nayano Shift, thanks for the 20, dude. Sure. You like it? There you go, dude. See? All I need is just a little inspiration sometimes, man. Yeah, it could be a type 2. But yeah, I also see that. I mean, like, maybe we go to, like, the weekly. And it's like, I just don't like how there's no evidence of accumulation. If this was the shark and this was the type 2, it's just kind of like a lower high. All these lower highs, you know? So, Yeah, there's just no evidence of accumulation. But yeah, they could be locally putting in a lower low. And again, the target would be, like, if it was actually going to continue higher, I mean, 16 to 1684 would be on deck. That's it. That's all you got. So thank you, dude. We'll continue to monitor the situation. Okay, next request was Zoom for Mr. Walk. Zoom Communications, not Zoom Video. All right, well, been a while since I've been here. I mean, they've been uptrending it, right? But I think it switched more to neutral. It's flipped to more neutral because you have a lot of issues. I mean, the same price it was at a year ago, over a year ago. Same price it was at February 2023. And so they just keep rejecting this 84.59 level. But at the same time, on the bottom side, you still, are trying to rival the low at $78. I think you would preferably want the asset to sell off and see a gap fill at 73.27. And then you'd want to see maybe them recapture, reconfirm, and then a higher low gets put in again. I think like 74.38 is like where you really want to be, like, if you're going to size it up at all, I think that's the level to do it, not where it's at right now. Because that's like everything. Because they gapped it up, right? And, market participants, they love confirming levels. And this level, my God, it goes back. Yeah, like 75.64 is a swing high from 2019. Yeah, so I think you want to go a little lower. Filling that gap will be good. But I guess your uptrends kind of, I think you have like a bottom side more than before, but top side not necessarily more than before. So they just confirmed a top. So there might be more downside, but not too much more. But again, we're always looking for price action to correlate to key levels and gap fills at the same time and all that. So sweet. All right. Thanks again. I went for a walk. Nyanos wants TIC. TIC Solutions. First time ever being here. Big old no trend. No evidence of a composite operator. In fact, it crashed. Hit all-time highs in late September and lost all its value. Goes from 15 to... Goes down 41% in 55 days. That's pretty bad. So we'll say this is the swing low. There's a candle open right there. IPO'd in December 2024. Test. Well, it's cool. I mean, they very well, without any form of confirmation, might rally this thing again. Absolutely. I mean, this is like where scalpers have come in and huge bids have occurred. And I think your upside potential could be like, all right, swing lows, swing highs. I mean, you're looking at 11.55 eventually. But what you would want if you wanted to, like, give yourself a greater chance of a more resounding rally to 11.55, I think you would want to see a reaction. I think you would want to see a second local test. That's what you'd want to see. Because if that happened, then you could get the RSI doing something like this and you get oversold again, but you get something like that. That's what we're always looking for. We want to see bullish divergence develop on a second test of a key support. And you don't have that yet, so you don't really have an edge, but you're certainly seeing buyers defend a key level. And the last two times, it's been a nice rally at 11.55. So maybe this time you'll be lucky. But you also might be in it and waiting for 11.55 to take profit, and they never make it, and you get a retest at $9 later. And then that's, if they can test that level again successfully, that's when more market participants would come in, and you'd have a higher probability of a more resounding rally than the first time. Even though I know on this one, but like many other charts, it's like you always want local structures at key levels with an edge. Edge is the structure at the level with divergence on your oscillators. You just don't have it. But hey, scalpers, it could play out, man. It's done it before. So not a bad chart, you know. Thank you. Nionis, does that make any sense, okay? At all? Let me know. Thank you, dude. All right, so that was the last formal request. I've been live over an hour. I'm starving. I had a really hard workout today. I will be flying out back home tomorrow evening for the holidays, for Thanksgiving. So Matt Cotton, y'all have to do it. Good to hear it, Nionos. Thank you so much, dude, for contributing to this 100% crowdsourced community. Yeah. Everyone's shilling everything. Everyone's got a sponsor. Everyone. Not me. And maybe I should. Maybe I should get a sponsor. What do you think, chat? Just kidding. But, all right. Well, thank you all for coming out. I just got to go eat, man. I'm so hungry. I don't even know. It's like stomach is like literally eating itself right now. So, yeah, it was a long day. Mondays are like my longest day. So, better than not going live, right? Going live for a minute, for an hour, 15 minutes, better than not going live at all. But, my God, dude, can we like just, for the people that are like coming to stream when the stream starts after a rally occurred in a day, like, can we just like calm down with like the really stupid comments? Like, just like, oh, look, man, a rally occurred. The stream title says a rally occurred. That means Mitch is bullish. That's not how it works. Stop being stupid. Like, this, just stop being dumb. And let me title the stream however I want and stop complaining. And if you can't help yourself and you have to complain, just don't watch my stream anymore. It's so easy, bro. Just, oh, look, unsub, and then that's it. All right. Well, thanks for the likes, love, support, contributions. The 99% of y'all that are amazing. Love y'all. But I will be back some other time. So until next time, respect the T. A.